Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm the OPJellicent, and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown. Gonna be using a squad I built right here around a Choice Band Haxorus. We got all the coverage: Superpower, Poison Jab, Earthquake, and Dragon Claw. This is our main stab attack right here, Dragon Claw. Earthquake is able to go ahead and 2-hit KO Toxapex as well as Oko Heatran, which this team values a lot with our Wincon Mew with the Heatran, and then obviously Toxapex is annoying to my Diancie right here. We have Poison Jab just mainly to 2-hit KO Clefable and Tapu Fini, and then finally Superpower, which can go ahead and Oko the Ferrothorns, which is very helpful too. Really nice attack stat, and then of course Max Speed Jolly. To be able to outpace Pokemon like Tapu Lele and Kyurem Black, I do value that a lot as well. We're running Mega Diancite right here just as a more special breaker alongside the Haxorus, and then we're pairing both with a Choice Scarf Magnezone. Steel types really give these two a lot of trouble, so Magnezone can go ahead and take care of all of those. We have Defensive Landorus T right here, which is a Stealth Rocker for the team, and it does provide us a U-turn momentum into some of our breakers right here. Tornadus T is a secondary ground immunity alongside Lando and our Defogger for the team. And then finally a Wincon Mew right here with a Nasty Plot Rock Polish and 2 attacks. So that's going to be the squad. It'll be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. And let's go ahead and get right into the games. Alright, I got a game, and right away we have a Greninja matchup, which this team really hates Greninja. Gonna have to try to pivot around that properly. I'm thinking my best lead right here is probably going to be... I'm thinking maybe Weavile could be a lead on their part, or just the Gren right away. Gren cannot actually knock out my Magnezone, so I'm going to lead Magnezone here, expecting Greninja lead. Heatran is actually my opponent's lead of choice. Now, Magnezone can help pivot into Jirachi, as well as maybe Tapu Fini, but I really am not expecting a Scarf Tran on this type of build, so I'm just going to go right here for a Volt Switch and get some nice chip damage on that for my Mew. Mew is definitely one of my better ways of winning this game. Lottie makes it a little bit harder than I would like. I think I'll probably just go... I'm thinking Haxorus here is fine, as my opponent decides to go right for a Magnastorm. That's totally cool. Now I'm thinking right here is just go ahead and click Earthquake. Earthquake is super spammable just because my opponent can't really go Lottie due to Mold Breakers, so I'll Earthquake here and just get rid of Heatran, and Haxorus picks up the first kill. Nice. So very happy about that. Weavile comes in next. Probably clicking Pursuit. I'm going to try to pivot out if at all possible, as my opponent actually allows me to do that. Nice. So right here I can just go right for another Volt Switch. I don't value Magnezone as much just because my opponent obviously has ways to deal with it. I'm not really expecting this to be Draco Meteor, but at the same time I don't think Haxorus is something I can risk right here. I'm going to go out into my Diancie first, and I'm thinking just Mega Evolve and hit him up with a Moonblast here is cool, because even if Jirachi comes out, I'm not really too worried about that due to the fact that I have a Torn in the back. Fini actually comes out. Really surprised. This might get 2-hit KO'd by Moonblast, I would guess. Actually, it eats that up. Never mind. So a little bit tough scenario right there. I think I just go back to Magnezone again here. I'm really worried about the Lottie, but I really can't be too worried about that with when I have a Diancie. Nature's Madness comes out again. I believe it's in my best interest to just click Volt Switch again. I don't think my opponent would. I really wasn't expecting them to give me damage on that. I'll get in Torn here on the next Nature's Madness and just U-turn out again here. Make sure that I keep my Tornadus healthy. Bring this in one more time, and this time I guarantee kill this with a Volt Switch. Nice, so we get rid of Fini right there. Greninja is still a gigantic problem against my team. In fact, it may just straight up 6-0 depending on how this goes. Diancie is, the Greninja is not a good matchup at all. I'm thinking Landorus is not a bread bring in here, either that or Torn. Torn I think is okay. Torn can come in here. I'm thinking Torn is the one thing that can actually take a hit from Greninja, and maybe if I'm lucky I can knock off the Specs and maybe be good to go from there. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, that Greninja, man, it's just going to be such a big problem. Actually, Specs being knocked off could be worse for me because my opponent gets to switch up moves. I already see that being an issue right here. We'll see though, maybe I can handle Gren. I might make this Assault Vest Mag if I'd lose to Gren right here, just to kind of better help take that on, but then I would be losing a lot of speed control. I don't know. We'll see how this endgame goes right here, and depending on that, I will make adjustments. I think I can beat the Gren this game, perhaps. They would probably go Weavile here if I had to take a guess. Yeah, Weavile comes out. I will just attempt to sack my Magnezone here. A double to Gren would be really risky by my opponent. They just go for Icicle Crash. Nice. I get rid of that Pokemon, which is very good. I have to go Diancie here. And basically I just click Moonblast. Like if the Jirachi comes in, I'm not too worried about that. I'm just more worried about them staying in, or maybe potentially predicting me to go for something like a Lando double on the Jirachi. Yeah, or they just stay in. Don't flinch me, please. Nice, I break through and knock that out. So Greninja is about to hit the field and just mess me up. I don't know what to sack here, that's the thing. I'm going to calc Haxorus from 51. Can it live a Specs Hydra after the Battle Bond? I severely doubt it, but we will find out the hard way. Haxorus. Does too much. Yeah, it just completely blows my Haxorus away. So I guess my only hope here is that they're Hydra Pump, or maybe they give me their item. That was not what I was going for. I was just sacking Diancie, but I just basically got bailed out right there. I think at preview, Gran was too big of a threat. This comes in next. It's clearly going to attempt to Z-Celebrate here, so I'll just Earth Power it first. I get a Spit F drop, which is going to be big. I just go Lando here, and then U-turn out on this turn. And unfortunately, the Laddie's going to come in right here, which is not a big deal. I just get to U-turn again. As Calm Mind comes out, I believe I just go Diancie. This can't get stalled out, and even if they do knock me out right here, I should be fine with Mew in the back, is what I'm thinking. It actually lived on 1, wow. Just go Torn here and knock it out with a knockoff. So I definitely got bailed out by that Hydro Pump miss. I'm going to change the team to better deal with the Greninja right there. I'm not going to drop a GG since I definitely just robbed my opponent, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I got the next game. My Landorus T is now a Ferrothorn, which can definitely help out against Ash Greninja. Unfortunately, I found a Keldeo now, which can actually hit the Pokemon that I just changed to take on water types, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but I think Mew just kind of goes in right here. Got a Scout for AV Mag, and if it's not AV Mag, then I think Mew just kind of wins after I get Rocks up for Victini. Those are all things that I'm seeing that can work out right here. Now, I think right away as a lead, I'm probably expecting Medicham or Koko as a lead right here. Potentially a Choice Band Victini too, but then again, it wouldn't really take on my Diancie. I think my best lead right here is just going to be my Torn against the Medicham lead. Okay, this is totally cool with me. I'm gonna go ahead and just U-turn out right here. Fake Out would come out first, of course, and my opponent should go Koko right here. I'm just gonna Hurricane. I'm not gonna risk anything. Damage on Magearna would be amazing for my Mew, and I'm actually gonna take the time to knock this off, just because of my Mew's potential to win the game right here. Getting rid of this AV would be really nice. If they go Koko and we don't knock off an item, we know what it is. Okay, nice. So we get rid of the Assault Vest on Magearna, and that's really valuable for my Pokemon right here, the Mew Sweep. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably bring out. I'm thinking either Ferrothorn or Magnezone. Ferrothorn is probably my better play here on a Volt Switch. They do have Volt Switch, good tech because I don't have a ground type. Victini is about to come in and mess something up. I can already see that happening. Haxorus is actually a really nice breaker here too. The only thing that I'm seeing right away is that every time Haxorus comes in and gets a kill, Medicham comes in immediately after and high jump kicks something, so that's a little bit tough in itself. Now, I just need to get my rocks up, and I don't think my opponent's going to allow me to do that here. So let's see. If I sack off my Torn, I don't have an Earthquake resist anymore, so if Medicham comes in, I think I just stay in. As much as I hate sacking this off, I think I can deal with Koko between Mag and Haxorus? Maybe. Okay, well my opponent's choosing. Let's go ahead and calc that. Would that be like Specs? It might be Specs. I don't know, let's see right here. Koko would do... Okay, it's not Specs at all. That would do a lot. It actually did less than usual. So Victini comes in, as I thought it might. It's going to mess something up right here. Haxorus might have to go down, unfortunately, in this game, because I need everything else. I'm going to go Haxorus. Maybe it'll take 1v create and be able to Earthquake this. Nope, he's... actually, I don't know whether he's banded now, because he crit me. Kind of lame. Let's go Diancie here. Mega Evolve and just hit him up with an Earth Power. I don't think you ever go hard Lando, like that would be such a wild play considering you have AV Mag right there. Should I just Power Gem here? I'm gonna Earth Power. Okay, he does go Magearna. I'm glad my opponent's smart right here and recognizes that Lando needs to stay as healthy as possible. I go ahead and get a Spit F drop on that. I'm thinking they'll just sack it off here, but I'll go for Earth Power again. So yeah, that Spit F drop wouldn't have ended up mattering, unless that was actually a roll. But Medicham comes out here, definitely has a Bullet Punch. Gonna go Torn on the Fake Out. And what I'm thinking I'll do right here is just go for a Hurricane again, as Koko opts to come out. Should have gone for the U-turn. My opponent gets a free Volt Switch / Roost right here. No Confusion Hacks, unfortunately. I need Torn for the Lando, so I'm actually gonna switch out again into Ferrothorn. Yeah, this is kind of a cycle of sacking Pokemon. Like, my opponent gets a kill, then I get a kill. So Medicham comes out. I think I just take the damage here. Would Torn take a high jump kick from 70? I don't think it does. I've had jump kicked into Rocky Helmet Torns before, and it's definitely done like 73%. What do I feel is smart right here? Ferrothorn can... I'm pretty positive Ferrothorn can go ahead and take on this thing. I just wish I had more damage on Victini for my Mew. Okay, I'm thinking I'll go Torn here, as I do live the high jump kick. Nice. So this is where we find out whether Bullet Punch actually exists or not. I believe right here I will just go for a U-turn. They should switch out if they don't have Bullet Punch, because there's no reason to... Okay, they have Bullet Punch. Good tech. It kind of forces my hand right here. And I have to go either Mew or Magnezone. I think Magnezone is a lot smarter. Landorus is probably going to finally come out now, is what I'm assuming is happening. I'm going to go ahead and go for Flash Cannon here, as Landorus does hit the field. Let's see what kind of Lando this is. Okay, that could be Scarf, for sure. I'm going to Flash Cannon again. I could also just go Ferrothorn. Just going to go... that would give them another free kill. Tough matchup right here. I have to go for the Mew win. That's a given. Can Mew win this game under any circumstances? I wish I knew what the Victini was. If I knew what the Victini was, maybe I could have a chance here. I'm going to go Ferrothorn. Oh, they just go hard Victini. Alright, I got to get in Diancie on the V-Crate. 71 does not appear to be a Choice Band set. I always click Power Gem here, as Landorus comes out on a sack. This should go down from 53. I guess not. Okay. I'm going to Power Gem again. I don't think it's actually Scarf, because that Victini appears to be Scarf based on that V-Create damage. So I'm going to Power Gem again here and knock it out. Okay. Nice. Victini comes out here and claims, for sure. That's going to be my opponent's play. Mew can win this game, for sure. I can easily see Mew winning this. Either Coco, Medi, or Victini come out. I think actually the Victini would be a bad play on my opponent's end, the way I see this working out. I'm kind of confused as to whether I should Rock Polish first or Nasty Plot first. It'll depend on what it comes out right here. So Coco comes out. Good Coco play. I think I keep this and just go Ferrothorn again. Yeah, because Volt is so free. Victini comes back in and kills something. Yep, there it is. Just gonna attempt to get up rocks here on the V-Create. Nice. Okay, I think this is where I have to try to make Mew happen. My opponent is weakened right here. Let me just make sure that 71% is a Choice Scarf set and not a Choice Band set. Victini against Diancie. Let's see what the damage is. I don't actually know on the top of my head. It actually might not be... Okay, that's against minus defense too, which we are not. It appears he is actually a Choice Band, which means I cannot bring out my Mew here. I have to go Diancie. So yeah, that's my play. I'm going to bring out Diancie and I believe just click... I could try to double out on the... I'm just going to Earth Power. I think I always Earth Power here, or Power Gem maybe. Healthy is the Medicham. 35, that should die. I'm going to Earth Power in case Coco comes out. Yeah, Coco comes out. I'm able to go ahead and get rid of that Pokemon. This might come down to a 50-50 here with Bullet Punch versus another attack. Let's see, Medicham does come out. I think it has to go for Bullet Punch, but I'm going to go Magnezone. Nice, so he goes for Fake Out actually. I Volt out here, knock that out. And I believe Mew kind of forces the Victini in. Yep, so Victini comes in. I sack off Magnezone to this on the V-Create. I bring this in. I always click Power Gem here, knock that out, and then Keldeo cannot beat my Mew, I think. So I just Moonblast there. It wasn't Scarf Keldeo. So yeah, we got that late game correct right there. Had they high jump kicked into my Magnezone switch, I think I would have lost just because I wouldn't have had that sack right there. And then Victini could have just switched out and come back in and V-created my Diancie. But that worked out for us, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, my next opponent here is running a pretty cool team. Really does not appreciate my Mega Diancie or my Haxorus at all, basically. But I'm really worried about the Superior. If Superior starts to Leaf Storm up, it could potentially OHKO my Tornadus from that percentage. Ferrothorn is going to be very nice to take that on, but obviously a plus 2 HP fire is going to hurt. I'm thinking Garchomp or Coco would be the best leads for my opponent right here. I really am confident that Mew is going to win this game for me in the end, after I get up a Nasty Plot and the Genesis Supernova so I can take a Sucker Punch from Mawile. So let's go ahead and go off of that game plan right here. I need rocks up as soon as I can get them. I think actually lead rocks could be a good idea right here. So let's do that. Mawile leads. Okay, that's really bad. Fire Fang would come out initially, I think, so I'm going to go Haxorus here. Yeah, Fire Fang comes out. Gets a crit, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean, what can you do about that? I think Earthquake is very obvious. I'm going to click Earthquake anyway. I think my opponent should go Landorus, but If they want to stay in on my attempted Dragon Dance, I will gladly take your Mawile. Like, they may be in the mindset that they actually live, so yeah, Landorus comes in. Smart switch by my opponent right there. I have to go Torn here. Nothing else actually takes an Earthquake, unless I want to go Ferrothorn here and attempt to get up those rocks that I was trying to get up earlier. Could be a good decision. I think Torn is probably a better play just to not give him free Mawile again. So yeah, I'm going to go Torn here. He just goes hard Mawile. Okay, a little bit annoying here. I'm going to U-turn out into my... What's a smart U-turn switch in here? I'm thinking maybe Ferrothorn is a smart switch in. Yeah, on the play rough. Now what I can do is go ahead and go back to Torn on the Fire Fang is what I'm thinking. I think this is what he tries to predict. I'm going to go for Rocks here. Like, he's clearly seen he Fire Fangs and misses. I just got really lucky. I was acknowledging that Ferrothorn might go down, but that just really sucks. I got Torn now. Actually, Torn's my superior check, and I just switched it in anyway. Okay, he gets some revenge checks right there with the burn. I was actually trying to cancel that, but... Yeah, that's really lame for my opponent. The fact that Ferrothorn is still alive right here could have been a bad play on my part, but I kind of had to predict right there is what I'm trying to get at, so... I still think Mew is just going to win in the end. I don't think anything that's happened is going to change that. I'm just going to U-turn out here. Sucker Punch just straight up knocked me out. Okay, then. I'm going to bring out my Diancie now and start to go in with this Pokemon. Yeah, just Mega Evolve here. Does Hidden Power Fire do the 51? If it does, then I would love to get some chip on Landau in case that's the bring-in. I feel like it will. Diancie should do 51 with Hidden Power Fire. Based on Earth Power, yeah, doing 90. That should be enough right here. Hidden Power Fire does knock out Mawile. That's against 92. What about Max Def? So I do knock it out. Yeah, they do go Landers, so I'm glad I get some chip right here. Do you think they'll double back to Mawile again? I'm gonna go Ferrothorn. As long as I don't choke away my Mew, I feel like I'll be fine here. I just click Rocks. I don't care. This is clearly a Choice Scarf set, and I'm not worried about it at all. It might not be Choice Scarf, I guess. But yeah, I just spam Rocks here. Nothing my opponent can do about it. They can go hard Mawile again, in which case... Yeah, hard Mawile again is definitely my opponent's best option. I'll go Diancie here. My opponent's already seen that I've made weird plays. Yeah, and they're just never predicting with this Mawile, which I find very interesting, but I will always go ahead and just... I'm thinking Hidden Power Fire here. Should have actually Earth Powered. Okay, so T-Spike would go up now, so I'm just gonna go Mew and try my thing here. I have to get a Mew before the T-Spike. That's all there is to it. Just scalds me. Okay, that's fine. Do you have Toxic or T-Spike? I'm really hoping it's T-Spike and not Toxic. Gonna Nasty Plot here. Okay, it is T-Spike. This is where the Haze would come out. Gonna go for a Psychic now and just Oko this thing. Mawile actually comes in on a sec. Interesting play. Because had I Rock Polish right there, the game was over. Huh, I don't understand that at all, but I guess to each their own. What comes in here and Okos me? I'm just gonna Rock Polish no matter what. Like, this is my time to try to win. Mawile did a lot of work, but now that Sucker Punch is out of the game, I think Rock Polish secures the win, assuming I can get it up. Coco comes out. I'm just going to try to Rock Polish. It could be Z for all I know. But if I come back on T-Spike, it's not happening. Yeah, I just ended the game, I think. Because I get to Rock Polish up now and outspeed everything. Garchomp comes in. I have to burn the Genesis Supernova to knock this out. He could switch out and acknowledge that, but I don't think he has enough turns right here. I think I set up the Mew pretty well. This should Oko, nice. And nothing takes a Psychic and I have 4 turns, so... Unless I'm missing something, Mew has secured the game for me. I'm glad I got it in before the T-Spec. I'm really surprised they didn't T-Spec initially, trying to catch me. Yeah, Coco comes in. It reverses the terrain, actually. I still don't think anything can live. Maybe Serp. Okay, that goes down. I will risk Fire Blast, assuming +2 Psychic doesn't knock out Serp. Superior. OU Sub-Attacker. Let's just assume it has that bulk in it. And Mew right here, a Nasty Plot variant, so Psychic would actually knock him out. Yep, Psychic knocks out Serp with the Rocks damage. This does not live. Nice, we get rid of Serp right there, and that's going to be that game, I think. Landorus is definitely in range, and there's no way Pex eats. Yeah, this goes down to Psychic. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be good to go this game. So the Mew win con did work out. Crit does not matter right there. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Psychic this too. If it doesn't kill, Choice Band Haxorus will do the job. It does kill right there, and Mew is able to go ahead and come through. So I think I played the Mew win con pretty nicely right there. We gained some more points, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I got the next game right here, going to be up against a no Mega squad, which is definitely very interesting. I actually just played one. It was against Rain, and it was a really close 1-0, but unfortunately, I accidentally forgot to hit record audio, so I didn't have any audio for that battle, and I figured no audio battles are no fun right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and record this one instead. I ended up losing 1-0, by the way. I don't believe I said the result. The Kingdra ended up getting me a late game under Rain, but right here I think Mega Diancite just kind of kills everything, as well as my Mew. Mew can actually go in after I weaken Heatran and perhaps Bulu and Lele a little bit. Not quite sure how much bulk they're earning. Haxorus, everything goes in right here. I'm actually kind of perplexed as to what I should lead, just because everything kind of has fun. Torn is going to be my Cortana check. I think I'll lead off here with my Magnezone on either Heatran or Bulu. Bulu does lead right here, okay. So maybe Scarf Superpower coming out turn 1. I don't really care about Magnezone too much. I mean, it traps Cortana. I'm going to Volt out here. Okay, so would they go for Stone Edge turn 1? I think I go Ferrothorn. They're definitely clicking Superpower, right? What do I value Torn for? It's my Cortana check. It's a very good one, too. I'm going to go Torn. They go for all-out pummeling. Okay, I'm glad I did that and not go Ferrothorn. Very cool. What I'm going to do right here is just U-turn out every time. I don't think you would ever stay in on a Tornadus, as my opponent apparently wants to do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring out my... So Ferrothorn is one of my better Lele responses, so maybe it wouldn't be smart to let that get weakened. Haxorus right here can pretty safely come in. Just a Horn Leech. Why would my opponent just do that to Horn Leech? So Poison Jab is a very obvious click right here. I believe I should not predict this early, and just go right here for a Poison Jab. My opponent already stayed in with Bulu on a Torn. For all I know, they're going to do it on a Haxorus as well. Okay, as long as I don't get static paralyzed right here, this won't be the worst. I don't, okay. So Diancie can come in right here. Discharge would be my opponent's play. I'm going to go Magnezone on that said Discharge and just Volt out again. Just to force a Roost, basically. And because I don't want Diancie getting paralyzed, I'm going to go back to Haxorus here on the Heat Wave. And now I basically forced the kill with the Dragon Claw, which I will always click right here. My opponent should see that I was Choice Banded based on the earlier damage. Dragon Claw is 85, right? Oh crap, this might not kill. I'm going to click it and hope it does. Okay, my opponent gets me right there. Good play. I will always go Torn again. I really don't care about Zapdos coming in on a double. Like as annoying as the static para potential is, as my opponent does do that, I think that was okay. They're going to Roost right here, so I always get in my Diancie. Yep, Roost goes off. And now I finally get to basically click a move without having to predict. I'm going to click Power Gem right here. If they give me damage on this, it's going to be great for my Torn in the back. Makes Hurricane a lot more spammable and just makes it a lot bigger of a threat. So they go Suicune right here, which is a good bring-in. Let's see how well it takes this, and we can go based off the damage. It takes a good amount. Unfortunately, Grassy Terrain plus everything is really annoying right here. I'm going to pivot to Torn, I think. Like Scald Burn could be annoying, as they do Scald Burn me, okay. Kind of expected. I mean, I dodged the static para, so I guess Scald Burn is fair. Protect would come out first, is what I'm assuming would happen right here. The crit burn is a little bit more annoying. I didn't see the crit, but yeah, they actually give me a knock on Suicune, which is like very, like why would you do that? But at the same time, I'll take it. I'll just U-turn out here into my Magnezone and start spamming T-Bolt. I don't know if my opponent can actually take that on very reliably with this. The other option is going Mew, but I feel like Mew can win anyway. So let's bring this out here. Go ahead and hit him up with a Thunderbolt. Should still do a sizable chunk, and I really don't care about... How many Thunderbolts do I have? I'm losing 2 every turn, which is annoying, but let's see how much damage I'm doing before we get too worried here. I'm doing a lot. Scald crits me, which actually just OHKOs. Really, really frustrating crit there. I have to go Haxorus here to knock it out too. And they're obviously going to protect to scout my move. I click Dragon Claw here. Yeah, that's actually really annoying, the crit, because I could have definitely gotten this thing even weaker. Why wouldn't you protect to scout my move? I'm going to go Torn here, and I still think my win-con Mew is a thing. It's just going to come down to Tran. So Zapdos on a double. This is really frustrating. I'm going to go Diancie here on ideally not a Discharge para. Okay, we dodged the para again. Nice. I'm going to Power Gem here, as maybe Suicune would get sacked off now. Can you go Heatran, please? Like, that's the one thing that's stopping my Mew. I'm tempted to Earth Power here on the Heatran because they'll probably pivot it out. They go Suicune, okay. So Suicune is not a problem. I'll be able to Power Gem it there. And I'll just go to Moonblast here. They should protect, but on the off chance they don't, I will go ahead and try this. Torn is still a valuable check against these two Pokemon. I'm a little bit worried about the Lele. I mean, my Ferrothorn is healthy, right? Okay, so they give me Suicune, nice. I feel like Diancie is going to go in late game, and there's nothing my opponent can do to stop that from happening. But at the same time, I feel like I could just lose to Cart if it is Scarf Smart Strike, and I don't play my endgame smart. No pun intended. Tapu Bulu comes in. So Torn can come in here again. Yeah, I'm going to go Torn. Sub is annoying because it requires me to hit Hurricanes. And I really cannot allow my Ferrothorn to get weakened because of the possibility of... Just the possibility of... Can you stop critting all of my Pokemon? Like, really? I'm going to go for a U-turn here. And I'm thinking my opponent will switch out. If they stay in, I don't really care. I'll go Ferrothorn. Yeah, they stay in. Okay, my opponent just stays in on every single Pokemon. Okay, I'll actually go Haxorus here. I don't want Ferrothorn to get weakened for the Lele. They've kept on switching out this thing every time. I'm going to go for Dragon Claw here. Yeah, okay, catch Zapdos and force it to roost. That's all I care about here. I get in Diancie again here, which is super nice, especially because I'm going to force a kill this time. Yeah, because Roost has to come out. I Power Gem here. And basically, I actually get Grassy Terrain Recovery too, which is really sweet. This is not going to appreciate... It might get O-Code. Okay, didn't get O-Code. Never mind. I'll go Torn here just to maybe knock it out with 2 Rocky Helmet hits. Nice, that is what's going to happen. It's another crit, which is like... Why? Going to go for a U-turn here on the off chance it's not. U-turn should kill from 5, I think. They actually do bother to preserve that. Why are you doing this? I'm going to go Diancie here. This, like, I'm not acting on the bad plays, is what's happening right here. My opponent's really perplexing me with a lot of these decisions. I'm going to go right here for an Earth Power. Earth Power or Moonblast? Gonna Earth Power this. Bulu should come in, but yeah, like, my opponent just stays in and gives me the damage that I need for Mew. And they don't even knock me out. Like, why would you do that? I'm going to go for Power Gem here. And at this point, my Mew should win, unless that's AV Lele. I don't know, it'll come down to a few things. Cortana's at 5%, and I still have my Torn alive, so whenever that thing comes in, I just force the kill with a Rocky Helmet and take the double down. And at this point, I don't even need the Rock Polish. I just Nasty Plot up when Cortana goes down and win with Mew. Specs Lele might be able to OHKO me, unless it gives me Psychic Terrain and then I Genesis Supernova that at +2. So Heatran goes down. My opponent clearly did not recognize my Mew as being a threat. I guess maybe they expected Aura Sphere to be on my set, but like, I don't have it. But even Aura Sphere would not have OHKO'd Heatran, and then you could Magma Storm me down. So that's what I was so confused about. The Cortana comes back in. I just forced the kill here every time with my Torn. Yeah, that's a double down. And at this point in the match, I think Haxorus just comes in. I still have Ferrothorn for the Lele. And, like, I don't know, maybe he would have to Discharge Paralyze me with the Zapdos. I think Moonblast is just going to get every kill now, actually, the way I see it. So Lele comes out. I will go Ferrothorn here. Did he ever reveal a Scarf? I feel like that Cortana was Scarf. Leaf Blade crit did, what, 49? Yeah, so the Cortana was Scarf, meaning this should not be Scarf. It is Scarf, okay. Not a big deal, because all I gotta do now is go... Mew takes 2, right? Mew. Defensive against Scarf Lele. That's not defensive, I'll change that. Mew. Nasty Plot against Scarf Lele. Takes 2 Psychics, but F Drop even will not do the trick. And +2 Genesis Supernova. Does OHKO. Okay, yep, I see the end game here, and I think I guarantee the win by this. So I just Nasty Plot up here. I Genesis Supernova and Psychic twice, and I should be fine in this game. This really crazy game right here. I don't know what was happening in this game. They need to get a Spit Up Drop into a crit. They don't actually bother to do that. Do I need to actually bother going for a... Let's see. Under Psychic Terrain? I always kill. Yep, and I think I'm fine. There's nothing my opponent can do here. That goes down. My opponent has to go Bulu next to reverse my terrain, but they don't. Meaning I just Genesis Supernova here. They can't knock me out with Scarf Moonblast. That goes down. And this thing is not beating the rest of my team by any means. So there's the forfeit. I don't know, that game was just very confusing. I don't want to end off on that one. I'll go ahead and get another game right here. Lost a lot of points from the rain game, as you guys can see, but that was still a fun one right there, and I'll be right back with another one. Alright, so I got another rain team right here for the final game. It's not the same rain guy, but I think my Mew is the only way I'm actually breaking through this. The other guy had a Ferrothorn, but it was actually randomly Occaberry, which ended up catching my Mew late game, so that's why the Kingdra had the opportunity to sweep after my win con went down. I think right here it shouldn't be Occaberry Ferrothorn, but maybe I should try to deal with that somehow. I really don't see any drawback by leading off with my Torn. Or maybe, I think I'll lead Diancie here on Pelipper lead. Let me just make sure that Power Gem actually OHKOs Pelipper. I'm very confident it will, but I just want to be safe. Pelipper OU defensive. So Diamond Storm would actually not OHKO, which makes me believe that Power Gem is not going to either. Okay, never mind. Power Gem does more, and that's against Spidef Pelipper too. I don't know whether he's Spidef. Do I live a Scald if it's Scarf? I would not live a Scarf Scald. Yikes. I can't even go Magnezone because that'll get 2-hit KO'd, and he should be faster than me. I'm going to forego Mega Evolving and go right here for Power Gem. Swampert comes in on the hard switch. Okay, not a big deal. Allows me to go ahead and... So I'm thinking I can deal with Kingdra with my Haxorus, perhaps? Because it'll have to lock itself into something. And Haxorus will take 1, so I'll go Ferrothorn here. On the Earthquake, that's totally fine. I will always get up a Spike here. I'm thinking, why does it have Spike? I swear I put rocks on this earlier. Okay, well, I'll go for a Spike. And I'll go right here. Really surprised you stayed in. I'll go for another Spike. That's fine. I don't really care about any of this. I'll actually go Torn here. And force some chip with the Iron Barbs. So that's all okay with me. Haxorus? I need the Haxorus for the Kingdra. That's what's a little bit scary right here. I think I have to go Mew. But Mew is my win con. And just letting that take the damage would be saying I don't want to win. Is essentially what that would be doing. Especially since Mew can win, like, very easily, even if I don't send it out right now. Like, even if I sack off my entire team, Mew can still win as the last. So let me just calc Earthquake against Haxorus, and I'll go based off of that. Earthquake. So my opponent's clearly just trying to prioritize Kingdra's sweep here. Against Swampert. Okay, so I do live in Earthquake for a Mega Swampert. So I'll bring this out here. And I don't think my opponent should give me damage on Ferrothorn. I'll just go for Dragon Claw. My opponent was clearly adamant about sacking this off. They may continue to do that. Okay, I live the Ice Punch. No freeze. I get the Dragon Claw off. It nearly knocks it out. Yikes. Go Torn here on the sack. Like, I felt that was worth it just because I can keep the Haxorus sack, but I really needed to... Like, even if I sacked off Haxorus, what was I doing after that? Wait, what if Rain... Would Rain have gone down? I think I just messed up. Rain... Had I stayed in, Rain would have gone down the turn I sacked off Haxorus. I just messed up my Haxorus right there. Yikes. Alright, well, on the bright side, Magnezone's spammable now. Yep, Magnezone is actually very good in the late game now, so I'll go for Volt Switch here. And onto the Ferrothorn, that's fine. I bring in Diancie here. I double to Magnezone, as my opponent goes for Gyro Ball. I spam HP Fire, and this is the one thing that's stopping my Mew. My opponent's gonna get up all 3. Which is, I'm stalling out Rain, which is cool. My opponent's about to 1v1 me. Okay, well, I'll get rid of it right here. Nice, so it took a lot of effort. Pelipper has to come back. I'll suck off Haxorus now. Get in Mew. Go for the Rock Polish on that. Kingdra comes in. I have to Genesis Supernova this. Coco would come in here. If I stay in, I lose, right? If I switch out, I lose. So it's kind of like, what do I do here? I'm just going to Psychic it. Okay. Thunder is me. Interesting Thunder. This does on entry, right? Yeah, so I'll just keep that. I'm going to not Mega Evolve here, go for a Power Gem. Wow, I just killed anyway. GG, man. That's unfortunately going to be an L right there. So we got kind of messed up by 2 Rain teams in this live. Obviously, you did not see one of them, but that guy was really high on the ladder, so thankfully I did not lose too many games. I saw that at the last second. He was at like 1904. and I believe he gained 11 points, meaning I should have lost about the same amount. I did hope you all enjoyed. The team will be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out, and I'll see you all next time. Later.